Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Weekly Mash. We are so excited today to have Kate Alexander with us. She is the fabulous author who's bringing all the small town romance vibes with a little extra spice. Kate, thank you so much for joining us. Can you please introduce yourself, tell us about your work, and then we'll ask you some questions?
Sure. I'm Kate Alexander. So I write contemporary small town romance, kind of think like Gilmore Girls with spice, because I've got a lot of quirky side characters, but the focus is around the same group of friends. So it's all interconnected standalones. The first book revolves around a girl who moves to the small town. And so we kind of start with her and branch off to the group of friends from there. So it's got a humor, banter, a little bit of suspense to kind of keep our things interesting. And so right now I've got 5 books in the series, but I'm also creating a spin-off series with some of the side characters.
So, very cool.
Miranda's a huge Gilmore Girls fan.
Mhm.
So
There you
when
go.
you put like the Gilmore Girls blurb on your form, she was like, done.
Yep,
We're going there.
she's coming on.
So yeah, every time somebody says anything about like Gilmore Girls, she's like, let's go.
Yep.
Oh
Come
yeah,
on.
Yeah,
I would have like taken Luke home with me and just cuddled with him everywhere. So
that's funny.
Um,
So your books are known for super distinct characters and a found family dynamic. How do you keep each character's voice so unique while weaving them all together in the same small town?
So it's kind of interesting because the voices kind of talk to me. The whole reason I began writing these stories is because I had been listening to a bunch of audiobooks while I work, because I started listening to music and it kept repetitive and I kept like falling asleep while I was working. So all of a sudden I'm listening to all these audiobooks and I have my own characters trying to tell their stories in my head. So they really kind of came with their own voice. Each person has like distinct characteristics. Josie's kind of my powerhouse, badass bitch girl. I've got Zoe, who is a lot like me. I do a lot of baking on the side. And so she was kind of the loudest at first. And I got her story out and told. She has a male best friend. And that was also important to me because I also have a male best friend who was my man of honor in my wedding.
That's
And so
cool.
he's a lot of fun. And I wanted to keep that dynamic. I wanted that story told that you can have the male best friend that you don't fall in love with. Not that that doesn't happen in later books with other couples, but I did want that. And so everybody kind of came with their own little story and so their own little voice with how they wanted to tell their stories. So I would like to say I had a lot of control over it, but it doesn't seem like I have much control when I start writing.
Yeah.
It never does.
I know. They just take the reins and run.
Yeah,
I
pretty
do
much.
love that you have a loud Zoe because I also
Yes,
have a
you
loud
do.
Zoe.
Yes, you do.
A real life loud Zoe.
Well, there you go.
Maybe she inspired you.
Yeah, maybe.
Could be.
We heard that you're switching up point of views for your upcoming spin-off series. That can be a big change. What inspired that, and how do you feel about stepping into someone else's head compared to your previous series?
So I did third person for my original series, the 5 books, and I'm switching it over to the first person point of view. And the reason that I'm doing that is because of how they were talking to me for the side characters. Tiny is in the first book for the spinoff, which he is the cook at the local bar that's owned by the person in the last book. And his voice, I kept hearing his male voice very loudly, very distinctly. And like I said, I do listen to a lot of audiobooks. And one year I listened to like 200 audiobooks. So hearing the
My
voice of
husband.
the male narrators really kind of drove that change in my head, because currently everything has been told by a single narrator and I want that dual point of view, and audiobooks are really important to me. It makes everything very accessible to readers, and that's how the story was being told. So it's a little challenging because I'm going from telling it in third person to telling it in first person, and I've had to go back and correct a lot of chapters. So I'll start
sure.
rereading some of it, improving it, and I'm like, oh wait, I went back to third person. Let me go fix that. So it presents a challenge in the writing, but once I start rereading it in that tone of voice in my head, I'm able to make those corrections. And I'm worried about alienating some of my readers, whereas they have a tendency to typically like one or the other. So I do have some of those concerns, and I'm going to put an author's note to kind of explain why I'm moving in this direction and just how it's speaking to me now. So hopefully I won't lose too much of an audience, but maybe gain some as well.
You'll be gaining one.
Yeah.
Well, good.
Tried so hard to read third person point of view books.
Mhm.
And for me, when I read a book, and I'm sure I'm not the only one, I like to step into like the shoes and be the character.
Mhm.
And when I'm reading a third person point of view, like you can't do that. You're watching the movie instead of like being the character. And it is so hard for me to like be in the book. I've tried. I just read a book, She Ran by Nina Marie, and it's third person. And it was so hard for me, not that it wasn't a great book, because it was a great book, but it was so hard for me to stay into the story because I'm not the actual character. And I'm like,
Mhm.
what just happened? Because so you'll be gaining at least one person because
Well, that's good.
much
Yeah.
as much as my brain doesn't work that way,
Yeah,
Well,
I'd
my
like
third
I'd really like
person
it to.
the third person stories I do have are very much in the characters' heads and in the characters' thoughts. So it's a little more omnipresent, being able to listen to those thoughts. And so I was already leaning that way. It was just the way that I was presenting it. So
I would love to love third person because a lot of the books
I
that I
know.
want to read are third person, but my brain's just complicated and it don't work that way.
I get it.
yeah. I wouldn't say that I have an issue with third person. I just tend to lean toward first person. But reading Ink and Ore by Haley Whiteley, I think that's her name. I might be saying something completely wrong because it's been a while since I read her book, but that I read two of those books and they're in third person and they're really good. And I think that kind of drove me into being in the maybe it's not something that I search for necessarily, but I'm able to read it and enjoy it. It's just not something that I go out of my way to grab, if that makes sense. But
And I never had a preference. And I didn't realize that there was such a divisive
mhm,
opinion about it before I started getting into like book talk community and
yeah,
the readers of Instagram, that type of thing. Well, I just read everything and it didn't matter to me. So I had
yeah,
no idea that there was such a divided presence.
Yeah.
it's
My
interesting.
oldest, she would go to a bookstore because my oldest is a huge reader, like huge reader, and she's 16. And she would literally sit there and open the book. And I'd be like, why don't you just like read the blurb on the back? And she's like, no, mom, I'm trying to determine if it's first person or third person. I'm like, well, aren't all books, and this was before I was like a reader. I'm like, aren't all books first person? She's like, no, there's a lot of them that are third person. And I'm like, huh? Like, that's a thing? She's like, yeah. And she accidentally bought a book once and it was third person. And she literally like rolled down the window in the car and threw it out the window.
Oh
And she's
no,
like, I know,
what a goof.
because she was so upset. She was upset
Wow.
that she bought a book because she wanted to read it. So she just hucked it out the window.
That's funny. Well, maybe someone else picked it up and enjoyed it instead.
I think she was just more disappointed that she couldn't read the book and not necessarily that the book was third person. But she can't read it, so it's funny. But yeah, you're right. It's the fact that there is such a huge like separation
Mhm.
between the people. Like you don't hear very much that there's people who can read both. It's either one or the other.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's
And maybe the
interesting.
fact that I do a lot of audiobooks might have some influence in that I can
Yeah,
switch back and forth. So
I should try doing a third person audio.
you could. It
they're
might
good.
change your perspective.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I should try
I
that.
enjoy Lexi Blake's books, and she does third person. The audiobooks are super fun to listen to. So she's got so many books out. It
I'll try
takes
it.
a long time to get through all of them.
I'm sure. Yeah. I'll have to try that. I don't think I've done a third person audiobook.
It's worth a shot.
Interesting. So every author has that lesson learned the hard way moment. Is there anything you've learned about writing, publishing, or storytelling that really sticks out?
Yeah, so I guess one of my lessons learned is dealing with the printing process and like getting set up for these events. Like that has been like I watched a bunch of YouTube videos and nothing could have prepared me for everything that I needed to know. I mean, and I'm still learning. I had to order more
Ooh.
books for my most recent event, which was like on the 18th, and I ordered them on the 1st because I wanted them on the next year taxes, and I
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
get them. I ordered from Amazon and I ordered from Ingram, and I thought somebody's going to get them to me. Well, no, they both came like
Of
2 days
course.
after the event was over. I mean, I had some books, but and thankfully I didn't sell out of that particular book that I was ordering, but just kind of never knowing what to expect with these events. Everything's been a learning curve, like setting up your tent on your own and how to display your items and how to talk to people. Cause I'm a shy person by nature. So doing something like this and doing the events way out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
I was
Mhm.
so nervous for my very first event. my best friend flew in from Cincinnati area over here to Phoenix to help me with my first event because I was just a hot mess. And she said she would be my emotional support human the whole time. So it's learning how to talk to people, learning how to market yourself and do the things that just aren't comfortable and aren't in your nature.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a event that a bookstore does around us called the It's a Love Story Book Market.
Mhm.
And the first one we went to, we had permission. So Miranda and I are wearing our Bookmash logo. We have our business cards. We're because all these indie authors come and they set up their tables, and there's like small businesses, and like it's a whole parking lot full of just like bookish people. And we're approaching these authors with our business cards. And this is before we had, like last year, we had 200 and something submissions to be interviewed. And we were just trying to get more indie authors to come on our podcast. And Miranda's like, you go ask. And I'm like, no, you go ask. And we're like, no, no, no. And I finally was like, you know what, whatever. So I'd go up, introduce ourselves, say, we do interviews. And I'd be like, okay, Miranda, now it's your turn. She's like, I'm not going. Like, we felt like we were three.
It's
Like,
so
you
Yeah.
go up there.
funny
You,
because
no, you go
doing
up there.
this is not a big deal,
Yeah.
especially me being like a virtual teacher. Like I do this all day, every day. But going up to a person in person and just like putting yourself out there is so much more nerve wracking for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I even hide on the Zoom
Well,
calls in my regular job. So like if they say they're like, Dawn, turn on your camera. I'm like, okay. So
Tech
yeah.
issues. Sorry, it's not working today.
yeah. Well, did I not have
Well,
my
even
camera
like,
with me?
I know I do that at work too.
You do
Or
what you can.
Ashley, you need to be on your computer. And I'm like, well, I got logged out of my computer on my email on my computer, and I don't remember my password.
Yeah.
So I'm on my phone, and that's what you get.
That's,
I don't know what to tell you.
that's it. That's funny.
No, like we've even interviewed authors who come to that market and they want to like meet us and take pictures. And Miranda and I are both like still scared to death to go up there and
Yeah. Like,
talk to them.
Yeah.
it's funny.
Like, you want us to do it?
It's a good time.
You want us to do it? Yeah.
All right. Well, you write small town romance with quirky charm. If you could live in any of your towns, which one would it be and why?
Well, I only have the feature of Blossom Hills right now. So that is the only town I've written. I have kind of like side towns that I've started writing about that are nearby that I may explore later. But Blossom Hills was definitely built around my idea of what an ideal small town would be. You've got the center square, that's kind of the grassy common area with the white gazebo, which the town is a big giant square around the colony square. So that's my ideal, having like a little diner, having a pub, having little shops to shop at. I've got an orchard that's in the town as well. So it kind of has that mixture of everything and the little quirky people that would just amuse me all day long.
Very Stars
Yeah.
Hollow S.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah. Yep.
I love it.
So speaking of quirky people, they're full of personality, I'm sure. Do you have a favorite character to write or one that always surprises you?
My favorite character is probably Chase. He's the town sheriff and he's constantly hungry. Like his whole food motivation is right there, stealing people's foods out of their hands, like taking bites. Everybody tries to keep him calm by feeding him all the time.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so I did kind of knock him down a peg with one of the pregnant women in one of the stories where they went to an eating competition and she beat him and he's all brokenhearted that he lost. So I enjoy his quirky charm, his humor, and just he was my favorite person to write about and just kind of have fun and laugh with.
Sounds like a good
I could just
time.
imagine him like, we gotta call Chase, but make sure that you get that pizza out of the oven because he's gonna be hungry when he gets here.
Oh yeah.
We've got bad news. Prep the cake.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Oh, goodness. Well, let's talk about Banter. Your books are full of it. Do you base any of your snappy dialogue on real life conversations, or does it all just come straight from your imagination?
I mean, there is probably some basis to the real life conversation just because me and my friends kind of give each other crap all the time. And I love that. I love that we have that ability to kind of joke around and have fun with each other, but it's not mean. And it's just kind of fun and amusing and, things that are like, I bet she's not going to know this. Oh, she's going to know this. Oh, she's not going to know this. And of course, it turns out that nope, she did not know that. So
Yeah.
kind of understanding that the friend dynamic has to have that fun banter to kind of keep things light because there are some serious things that happen throughout the stories as well. So I get in a mood and I'm like, okay, let's see what we can do to make people laugh. Some of the things that I had to look up just to make people laugh, it's always fun. I just create these situations that are ridiculous sometimes. And my favorite thing that I had to look up that was ridiculous was when I had a guy who we did not like in the story very much. I had him get stung by a jellyfish in the balls, and I had to
Oh,
look that up. So I was in a mood, and I put it down for a little while, and I was in a really bad mood, and so then I put him through more torture. So to
oh my
combat a
gosh.
jellyfish sting, you're supposed to put vinegar on it, but I made it to where they couldn't find regular vinegar, and they found apple vinegar, but he ends up being allergic to apples and makes it even worse. So sometimes making things worse just makes me happy.
It's a great way to process like your bad mood
Oh,
for the
Kate,
day.
I'm
Just throw it in the
dying.
book and cause some
Yeah,
chaos.
I did. I was in a really bad mood and I was just like, what can I do? Oh yeah, this will cheer me up.
That's the best thing about like writing your own people in your own world is you can ensue chaos on whoever you want for
Yes,
whatever
exactly.
reason.
It's
And
always kind
there's
of
no
funny.
like kickback.
Yeah. And everybody's always like, so what's the weirdest thing you've looked up? And I'm like, oh yeah, the jellyfish balls thing, because I got pictures.
Now I'm curious.
Incognito tab. We're Googling.
I did not use incognito tab at the time. I've learned since then
Yep, I bet that played with your algorithm.
a little bit.
My husband's in IT. He can wipe that out real quick.
That's good to know. Very good to
Got
know.
you. I've got you.
Oh boy.
That's hilarious. I love that question. We do have that question on here a lot. Like, what's the weirdest thing
Yeah.
you've ever had to look up for like research?
Yeah, it's a good one.
That's probably my favorite
It's
answer, I
pretty
think.
entertaining.
Yeah. All right, Kate. Well, some more laughter is coming your way. We like to do a segment on the Book Mash called Lightning Round. So
Uh-oh.
first thing that pops into your hand,
Yeah.
jellyfish
Here's our
apparently,
answer.
head. First thing that pops into your head, coffee, tea, or something else.
Oh, something else.
What is this something else?
Diet Coke.
Diet Coke.
Okay.
Diet Coke. And
Oh, I like it.
as Zoe is my kind of a lot of based on me, as I said before, and she actually does not like coffee or tea, and she only drinks basically Diet Coke. So that was a big part of me.
Diet Mountain Dew over here. Feel ya.
Mine, Zoe likes coffee.
Yes, he
So-
does.
Just saying.
Sweet or spicy?
I write sweeter, but I read spicy.
Okay. Good answer.
Early bird or night owl?
Now I'm an early bird. I didn't used to be. Stupid job.
The last like 3 weeks, I've been up at like 7 a.m. Like, what is up with that?
Yeah, my regular job is at 6 in the morning. So on the weekends, my body's like, "Oh, get up! We need to get up at like 5." And I'm a little bitter about this whole thing.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, was it by
Yeah.
choice that you changed into an early bird, or was it forced on you? But I guess we got our answer.
So- Yeah, it was work. They were like, "Oh, would you like to leave at 2:30 in the afternoon and come in at 6?" Yes, I would.
Yes, that
Am
is
I going to
totally
hate it?
me.
Yes.
I'd rather
Yeah.
get it done and over with and have the rest of the day to do whatever I want. Yeah.
Yeah.
Favorite small town trope?
His best friend.
Okay.
I like that one too.
Yeah. You get the
It's-
little bit of the forbidden, but the sweet history of it all.
Yeah. Good one.
The book you reread the most.
Honestly, there's only been like I don't think I've ever actually reread a book, but I've listened to an audiobook more than once.
Oh.
So I would say Close to You was a Kristen Proby book that I listened to a couple times. Roommates from Christina Lauren I listened to a couple times. And a couple Lexi Blake books I've listened to a couple times. Or sometimes accidentally where I'll get halfway through and I'm like, didn't I listen to this like 4 years ago?
Here we go again.
What?
Yeah, but then you can pick up
Dang
things
good
that you
read,
didn't
dang
notice the
dirty.
first time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Banter.
All the banter.
I love the banter. Like I'll read the clean, the clean books I can enjoy as long as there's a good banter and a good story. So I enjoy the romance of it, but yeah, I still want the banter.
The same way I can do a closed door as long as there's like the angst.
Right?
Yeah.
And the wit.
I just want my angst outside of the couple. I want my angst to be something that was caused on the outside force and not like miscommunication.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't give me a miscommunication.
Oh, that drives
I've
me nuts.
only liked one miscommunication book. One.
Yeah. I'll
That would
take the
be
miscommunication
Peter
if
Jane.
they're hiding something for the benefit of that person.
Right.
But I won't take the miscommunication of like I misunderstood that you didn't actually cheat on me or it drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Cedar James, miscommunication.
Yeah, that one's different.
That was
Yes.
anywho. One word to describe your writing process.
Chaotic. I'm kind of one of those people that will write anywhere. I'll take my laptop with me and go to a restaurant, or I'll go to the park, or I'll be here at home. And it's just, I have no pattern. So it's all kind of all over the place. And I've been known to skip a chapter and go back, and I'm a pantser. So
Yeah.
it's chaos.
Well, Kate, if you didn't know, we're all about chaos
Yes.
over here.
We love chaos at the
Oh,
book
I
You
mash.
didn't know. We do. Mostly because Ashley is chaos, but I need a shirt, Miranda, that just says chaos.
I know. And I'm the chaos coordinator.
Oh, somebody's got to be
Oh
the
my
coordinator.
gosh, write it down.
I know. Well, I haven't been taking notes all day. I don't have anything to write with. She's like, where's my stuff? I have. Okay. There we go. Okay. I've got it. On my same thing, different day sticky note. Chaos and chaos coordinator.
Read it.
Funny.
So good. That's funny.
Love it.
Thanks, Kate. That will put inspired by Kate on there.
Yes. All right. Well, before we wrap up, where can everybody find you online? Website, socials, upcoming events that you might be in person that if people are local to you, they can check out?
So I've got Beyond the Read in July, which is actually in Columbus, Ohio. It's a big event, like 4 days, 3 days. I'm originally from Cincinnati, so I'm going there, and my friend from Cincinnati is going to help me with that event. We're going to have a lot of fun. There's going to be an event in March here at the Glendale Golf Course. I really forget the name of it. It's Blooming Heat or something of that nature, Blossom and Market. And then I'm also going to be doing a couple events throughout the year sporadically with different local events here in Phoenix. But I can be found at my website, which is katealexanderauthor.com. I'm on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all of the social media places. I am the worst at updating and posting on a regular basis. I will typically post when I go to events, and I'll typically do that and some upcoming books and stuff. But if you reach out to me directly on those sites as well, I'm more than happy to answer questions. I'm found on Amazon for ebooks because I'm exclusive with ebooks. I am on Kindle Unlimited, but you can find me in audiobooks everywhere and paperbacks pretty much everywhere as well.
Miranda's sold on them ebooks. Tell you what.
I love Kindle. Amazon, you have your good and your bad and your frustration points. I wish that I could be in the Kindle Unlimited program and not be exclusive, but it is what it is. At least this gives access to readers a lot more widely available.
Excuse me. All right. Well, we will have everything Kate linked below so you can check out her on socials, check out the books, and jump into her world if you have not already. Kate, thank you so much for joining us on the Weekly Mash. We are so excited that you came and we got to know you today. For the rest of you readers, we will see you on the next episode of the Weekly Mash. Thanks, guys.
Thank
Bye,
you.
guys.
Bye.